You just signed up for a brand new custom real estate agent website, or better yet, you're kind of interested in understanding the processes involved in setting up a brand new custom real estate agent website. It's an exciting time, but it's good to know what you're about to get yourself into before you embark on this journey. Emmanuel here, and I am here to clear the air and demystify all of the steps involved in terms of getting you up and running with a custom real estate agent website. So it's a question I get commonly asked. What are the next steps? Many people do not understand the intricacies of building out a custom website. It's not as cut and dry as you may think, where you can simply just talk to one person and then everything kind of just falls into place. My goal with this video is to help set the expectation and help you understand specifically what are the different phases and steps involved into creating a custom real estate agent website. But before I get into it, please make sure you click that like button. It really helps the channel, it helps get our video out there, and we would absolutely really appreciate it, so thank you so much in advance. Now, when it comes to setting up a custom real estate agent website, I've tried my best to help you understand by breaking it down into 4 really easy to understand milestones. They are the 4 Ds: discovery, design, development, and deployment. Each one of these milestones have several steps involved, which allow you to get to essentially the next phase. So please allow me to articulate. Milestone 1 is discovery, and this typically happens right after you execute your contract or agreement. A discovery call is scheduled to really set the expectation, go over the site architecture and sitemap, discuss collateral, as well as discuss the creative direction for the website. Prior to the call, you want to make sure you do a little bit of homework based off of everything I had just mentioned. And during the call, we're going to break down each one of these items more in depth. Typically, these calls last about 30 minutes, but are less if you're prepared. By the end of this call, we should have a clear vision for the creative direction of your website, the sitemap or architecture, as well as an understanding of the collateral or deliverables that we need in order to kind of piece together your website. And what I mean by collateral or deliverables, that means the copy or the images required to kind of fill your website with content. I want to end this by mentioning that the #1 killer in terms of a website launch is the website collateral. So please make sure you have that ready and prepared and good to go when it's needed. Milestone number 2 is design. Oftentimes it's really easy to get excited and just start programming out the website, but this is extremely ill-advised. The design milestone is a must when it comes to building out a custom website. And we start with a process called prototyping. Prototyping essentially means that we design all of the front-end pages of your website as an image and then send it to you for review or approval. Once the design's finished, we send you a prototype link via a URL that you can open up on your browser or as an attachment to an email as an image. Please keep in mind that you are not receiving a functioning website. You are receiving an image. And this image is really designed to give you an idea of how your website is going to look like. Let me repeat this again. You are receiving a vision rendering of your website. There are no animations, there are no hover effects, it will not be responsive to mobile or tablet devices. The purpose of this rendering is to really give you an idea of the layout of your website. I cannot emphasize this enough. The purpose of the prototype is to get approval for the overall website's layout. The prototyping steps are as follows. We always start with a homepage because that dictates the designs for all of your internal pages. The process typically involves us creating the prototype, sending it over to you for revisions, a redesign, or approval. And once it's approved, it's sent over to development so that they can start programming out that page of your website. At which point, we then start designing all of the internal pages of your website. And then it's just a rinse and repeat once all of those internal pages are designed and approved. Now let's talk milestone 3, which is development. Just so we're clear, milestone 3 actually happens in conjunction with milestone 2. As designs are approved, they are shifted over to development. That being said, there are a few misconceptions I do want to clear up with this milestone. And that is, unless otherwise restated, the desktop design is always developed first. Once that's completed, we then move over to the tablet and mobile responsive development. The reason being, it's actually more efficient for us to make adjustments on the fly in one view, the desktop view, and then disseminate those adjustments to the mobile and tablet designs. As the development is completed, it then gets moved into a step called QA check or quality assurance check. The QA process is broken down into essentially 2 steps. The first step is internal testing through different departments like design and project management to make sure that we identify bugs, and once we do, we send it back to development for fixing. The second step is for you, the client. I always recommend to any one of my clients to go out there and intentionally break your website. And that's simply because if you're able to break your website, we're able to identify some common user problems that we maybe have not been privy to, and then we can go there and fix it so that your visitors will not experience that same issue. Now, once the design's done, the development has been programmed, it's gone through its quality assurance check, we now move into milestone 4, which is deployment. And deployment sounds just like what it is. We move your website from development into production. Now, I do want to mention that there are in some cases a 12 to 24 hour propagation period from the point of launch until when your website will be visible worldwide. Now, once your website is in production, there are a few more steps in order to get it completely launched. And those steps are 1, optimizing your website for SEO based off of Google's best practices. 2, setting up Google Analytics so that you can track visitors to your website. And 3, setting up any other type of conversion tracking so you can monitor and track any of your marketing efforts. And there you have it, the step-by-step process for launching a custom real estate agent website. So how long does this process usually take? Well, to be honest, it really depends on preparation. If you have a clear vision and all of your collateral ready to go, then hey, we can get something up and running in about 2 weeks. However, the typical realistic launch time for a custom site is about 4 to 5 weeks. And there are some cases where websites can take months to launch, but that typically happens because we're not able to have the collateral ready to launch the website. Let me end with this. It's oftentimes very ambitious to try to make a perfect website. However, this is the easiest way to end up into website paralysis. You have to remember, a website is never really finished, it will continue to evolve. That being said, if you get stuck on a roadblock or a hurdle, try your best to provide a quick fix and then move on. You can always come back and revise it later. It's far better for you to have a website launched and running as opposed to have it in development for months on end because you're trying to figure out the ways to make it perfect. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please be sure to smash that like button and maybe drop a comment below. Also be sure to click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you receive notifications for our new videos. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next video.